Hello out there, wrestling fans. Welcome to WWPWW Worldwide Wrestling Podcast, Worldwide Wrestling. We are your hosts, Great Jeremy and the Great Caleb, here for your amusement and our own.
That's right.
So, Raw and SmackDown this week. No pieces of news, no pay-per-views upcoming, like tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
no imminent.
Still got, the 24th is when No Mercy is. So that's 11 days away. So we got
A week to talk.
a week until we have to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can just jump right in and talk about Raw and SmackDown this week. So Jeremy, this week's Monday Night Raw. What did you think? What did you like? What didn't you like? What worked? What didn't? All that jazz.
The stuff that worked. I honestly don't know how I feel about Raw right now. I've had a day to think about it. The whole Cena and Reigns confrontation. That the words were great, but it's just the same stuff they've been doing every week.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up a match with setting up their match using Jason Jordan, which I hope they play off of. They play off with Kurt Angle saying, "Hey, Jason Jordan should not be in these matches with Kurt Angle or with Roman or John Cena. I mean, he's getting high profile matches, so I hope they use that to spin off of something with Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan. To like, hey, you're getting some nepotism here. Come on, let's. He should be down lower in the card, and he's getting all these different high profile matches. But as far as the match goes with Roman and Jason, I thought it was a really solid match. Again, it's just one of those matches. It's a storyline match for Roman because of what happens with Roman and John in the ring afterwards. So that was fine. I mean, their words. I think this was the best conversation they've had yet. I thought that was a pretty well done piece of dialogue. The other thing I really enjoyed was I really enjoyed the Braun Strowman John Cena thing. That should have been the main event. I don't know why they had the 8-man tag team match as the main event. It doesn't make sense to me. They should have switched them. But the main event, or my main event, the John Cena Braun Strowman, it was fun to watch. It was cool to see John pick him up and then slam him, and then all that stuff that happened with that was really fun. They're building Braun to be a monster, which he is, but he's not going to be Brock. He's not going to beat Brock. From what I understand, the rumor is, again, I don't want to bring up rumors, but the rumor is that Braun will lose, but the match will be in such a way to very, very gingerly help him continue this big monster push. So I hope it's nothing like, I hope it's not a DQ or anything. I hope it's something good. But as far as that goes, those were the two main things. I guess my favorite thing was The Miz coming out and saying that he and his wife are pregnant. A couple weeks ago, or about a month ago, I was like, man, it just seems like it's time for them to get pregnant. It's time for them to have a baby. I mean, Daniel Bryan had a baby, so now Miz needs to have a baby, and I think that would be funny to play off that. Like, I don't think they can do that unless they can carry it over to SummerSlam to have those two same in the ring and being like, or not Survivor Series, have them in the ring and be like, oh, I had a baby first. You're just trying to copy me type thing. That'd be funny. But I liked the Miz in that. He was very, very transparent, very, very cool. He did get some face goodness there from the crowd, which helped because I think they're getting ready to turn Enzo heel, and he's kind of very, very heelish on 205 Live. And so when they came out, I mean, just shoot on both parts.
Putting them two in a talk-off, so to speak, a promo battle, whatever you want to call it, is something I've never thought of, but was pretty good, pretty genius idea.
They both did a really good job. That was my favorite segment of the whole thing. The match was kind of fun and kind of different and interesting.
I love that they kept picking up the mics and talking smack back and forth.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. That was my favorite thing about it too. That it was different. it kind of it was just different. It was just well done. Enzo in the ring at the end. Who's your daddy type thing.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really, really funny. And then the Alexa and Nia conversation in the back. I didn't get to see any of the other matches that they were commentary on, but I like the back. Like, oh hey, you wanted us to have a match so much. Well, hey, we're gonna have that next week. That was really fun. So those were my thoughts on Raw. It wasn't great. What they did well. And again, I think they should have switched the main event with tag team titles. Tag team titles in Raw just kind of, those are the 4 tag teams on Raw. Really, that's the only 4 tag teams. And so, as far as that goes, those are my thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, I thought I also thought very much that it was very mixed, kind of Raw. Nothing very bad, but just stuff that was meh.
Yeah.
It was very gray Raw. Nothing. Like, the stuff that was great about it was really good, but even though there was nothing bad, because we both saw the Hulu version, so we saw the condensed version. Sorry for that.
It's one of those days.
It is. It's all gray. It looks like it's supposed to rain today. It's supposed to rain, so it's like all gray and gross outside. So yeah, it was. The stuff that was good about it was really, really good. Yeah, Roman and Cena's promo battle was very much the same stuff. I love that they keep doing the work shoot, really, really heated back and forth, and that they're just like stuff. And Roman had some really good jabs in it. Like, I thought he did a good job and stuff. But Cena's still king though. Like,
yeah,
he's like, yeah, like
Cena held back this week.
It seemed like he held back last week, especially.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
But this week it seemed like he wasn't holding back as much.
Sure.
But still, he got the last word, and it was pretty incendiary stuff. He was
that was a good line.
Like I said, I was just like, man, they're spitting that fire again. Like, I love it. So yeah, that was good, but they were kind of doing same old stuff they've been saying. Like I said, I just want Cena to go off on this long diatribe, and then Roman just hold the mic to his mouth, drop it, and then just spear him, and then that's his final word.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, that's what it should be, because like he said, on Twitter, like, I liked and I retweeted it because it was really cool. He said, talk is cheap, you do the talking, I'll do the walking, and I was like, yes, that.
Yep.
So that's what that should be his philosophy, and it's like, I'm done talking, I'm just gonna do the walking. So,
I hope he does that with the Go Home show to No Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Just do exactly what you said and drop.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh,
do that.
Okay. Actually do it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, do that as the final word going into No Mercy. Just do that, but yeah, the stuff with Enzo and Miz, that was the highlight of the night. That stuff was great, Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah, it was getting some face. Some face love. I don't know. Face love. Such a goofy sounding. I don't know what you want to call it. A warm reception, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
very
know.
warm reception.
Face love just sounds so weird.
It does.
Tom Phillips. Sorry, that was a little crass. But anyways, moving on. The stuff with Brock and Paul Heyman was good. Last week, I thought was great with them, or was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Where Paul was talking, and then Brock just grabbed the mic from him, and then goes, "What he's trying to say is Suplex City," like, that was great. I meant to bring that up last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. I meant to bring that up, but I forgot, and so. But that was awesome. But then this week, I thought it was pretty good, and stuff. And then Brock taking those bumps, just showing that he is a monster, and that Brock isn't unbeatable and all this stuff. And so it's building up really well to their match. And so I think, yeah, you're right. I don't think Braun will win. I think Brock will retain, but I think it will be, as JR says, a slobber knocker. I think it'll be a really it may be less than 10 minutes, but if it's really entertaining and it's heavy hitting and people are chanting stuff like Samoa Joe and Brock only went 7 minutes, but it was good. And
it was good.
and I mean, him and Goldberg, that was one of the matches of the nights from WrestleMania. That was only 4.5 minutes long. So yeah, all that stuff was good. It's just funny how what happened on Miz TV several weeks ago with Brock, and then all this stuff has and then I saw this video of Brock Lesnar at a hockey game, the Winnipeg Jets game in Canada, and he did an interview and he was just all smiles stuff like that. And I was like, quit making me like you, Brock. Quit making me like you.
That's funny.
So it was just really funny, to see him just, at this hockey game. He's just like, oh yeah, my sons, they started playing hockey and they love the Jets now, and I'm a big Jets fan now, and and I was just like, and they're very subtly, I don't know purposely or not, but he is kind of a little face, Brock. He's kind of you brought it up a couple weeks ago on the cast after the Miz TV thing with him, where you're like, they're kind of subtly turning him heel, very subtly, without us really knowing, and it kind of and it felt like that this week, and stuff, but so that was good. I think that's shaping up to be pretty good, good heated feud between these guys and stuff. I can't wait to see the match. I just hope it's good. And can't wait for Samoa Joe to come back. I don't know when or where, but
I think sometime in October.
Okay, because I know they said 6 weeks he'd be out. So, they announced Asuka is coming to Raw.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm really pumped about that. The promo they played was really cool.
Yep.
I really enjoyed that, and it was this Corey and Cole were talking, and just I don't know how Kurt Angle did it, but he got one of the hottest free agents, and I was just like, who is it? And then the mask, they just quick showed the mask, and then I love how it was like a punching bag or something, kept swinging back and forth, whatever it was, and each time it would swing back and forth, she'd have a different mask on, and then finally she didn't have a mask, and you could see her smile in the shadow and stuff, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, I can't wait. And then I love that it opened up on Nia, and then Alexa came in, and they had their back and forth and stuff. That was good. But yeah, I didn't see any of their match stuff. I didn't see, because I watched the Hulu version also.
It was Sasha versus Emma is what it was.
Okay.
And then Alexa started out on commentary, and then Nia came out in street clothes to do that. So, from what I understand.
And but yeah, I thought Cena Strowman was good. That should have been the main event. The tag match wasn't bad by any means. I enjoyed it, but it just it didn't feel like a big note to go out on, whereas I think the Cena Strowman thing would have been a big note to go out on. It's weird that he picked up the steps and hit him, but he didn't get disqualified, but when he slammed him onto the steps, he did. That was so silly. That was weird.
It was a misstep on their part.
It was, they should have made it no holds barred or falls count anywhere. Would have been, because you can do stuff like that in falls count anywhere, but, they should have done something so, or, he could have, they could have used a blood pack or something, and he could have busted Cena open, and then they could have had a medical stoppage or something. So I don't know, but yeah, it was very odd, but it was a good match. I really enjoyed it, and I 100% agree with you. The opening match between Jordan and Roman was really, really good. I don't know if it was better. It's at the very least it's equal to Cena Jordan from last week. At the very least, they were very good. Both of them were really, really good matches, and they were. People can chant "You can't wrestle" and "You suck" to both of them, but it's they put on good matches. They put on entertaining matches.
They do.
And both those matches were really good. And it's just it's just such a weird match to start out on, because it's very high profile, but at the same time, it's this is although the Brock Braun is Brock Braun. It sounds like a Pokemon name.
Brock Braun.
Brock Braun. Brock Braun. It's a purple platypus with scales. That's what Brock Braun
Somebody
looks
draw
like.
that. That's funny.
Yeah. You need to go to DeviantArt and have somebody draw that. This is
Yeah.
Brock Braun. Anyway, so yeah, even though the Strowman Lesnar, I'll say that. Strowman Lesnar. That doesn't sound like a Pokemon. Sounds like a brewing company, Strowman Lesnar. It was very, even though that's a pretty high profile, Cena Reigns is like it is the match. It is the high profile feud right now. I mean, how could it not be? And so, starting it off right off the bat with that is kind of like, huh, that's weird. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that is the feud going on.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, you want to start it right off the bat and get people interested and all that. But I listened to Edge and Christian's podcast, and they talked about it. They talked about their work shoot promo from several weeks ago, the first one in between them, and they talked about all this stuff, and and it was really funny because he was just like, they were both just like, I thought this was good. Like, it seems like they both just went to YouTube or Twitter and found all the negative comments about themselves and then gave it to the other guy and said, say this, or something like that. And he's like, work shoots, when they're done well, and this was done well, they work to great effect, and this has worked to great effect and stuff. And then, like, they're both really complimentary of it, and then Edge is just like, but why No Mercy? Why not just hold off to WrestleMania? Why is this not No Mercy and stuff? Now, I don't have a problem with it at No Mercy, because I think it'll give No Mercy a big feel. It'll make it, feel like a big spectacle. It'll make it feel like a big-time pay-per-view.
Yep.
So I really don't have a problem with it so much. Like, and then Christian was like, I mean, they could have held off even until Survivor Series. And he's like, yeah, I could have, but I mean, this is, the two guys. These are the two guys in WWE. And they're both these polarizing figures and stuff like that. And he's like, why not hold off to WrestleMania? And then they talked about, like, it's just some other stuff, like, it's really good, it's really good, it's really good. And then just one more time, Edge is just, still infuriates me that it's at No Mercy. Like, so it's like, I get that. I do, but I don't have a problem with them doing it right now at No Mercy. Because what if they decide to continue it at Survivor Series and they captain teams, against each other at Survivor Series? And then they have one more confrontation at Rumble, man on man, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No. Sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't know you were done.
I was just blanking, like, kind
Sorry.
of like. So yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I think the reason why they did it now is to do a couple things. One, John is getting ready to go away for filming purposes. I think I've said it before. The Hasbro CEO basically went to Vince and said, "Hey, I don't want my star to be wrestling at the same time as filming," and so that's the reason why they're putting it now. But also, the same reason why Shane and Kevin Owens is happening. This is going to make people want to be on the network.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a match people will want to go see, and so it'll, in theory, drive up the quote-unquote buy rates, even though there's no buy rates anymore. The buy rates of this pay-per-view, at least the numbers will go up of subscribers, in theory. That's what it should do for this, and not King of the Ring, which they should bring back King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Hell in a Cell. That's the reason why. One of the reasons why Shane is doing it. Last year he went Hell in a Cell with Undertaker, and that they found that drove up Hell in a Cell's buy rates, and so he does it this year. That's going to, in theory, drive it up, and they're going to be in the Hell in a Cell. So first of all, that'll be a cool match because Shane is crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see Shane do crazy stuff. Not only that, but Shane apparently has in his contract that he has to wrestle twice in a year. This will be his second time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see him go into, Survivor Series or whatever to wrestle another time. But this will fulfill his second time around, and his contract, I think it's like $1.5 million to wrestle, and so two matches a year for $1.5 million, I'll do that. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do that. So yeah, I think that's the reason why. I think they want to drive up subscriptions, and so this has a potential of doing so. And there's not really a match that I can think of that's like, I really want to watch that match. Outside of that this match, and I actually do want to watch the women's 4-way.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun too. But
Totally.
I don't know.
But yeah, one more quick thing I forgot to bring up during the Cena Reigns promo. I thought it was a great dig when Roman was just like, you just have to keep coming back because you just can't break through in Hollywood. if you want to though, I know a guy digging in the Rock. Like I thought that was a great dig. Just bringing the Rock into it. Just like if you want, I know a guy. Like that was great. Like you could tell, like even like what he was smiling when he said it. Like you could tell, like he thought that was, even he thought that was good. So.
Yeah, and to be all honest, I think with this feud and with the stuff happened on SmackDown Live, they're trolling us. I mean, because you mentioned it. You mentioned what Christian had said, that I think they just got to get online and look at all the stuff and they spout it back. That's exactly what they're doing. And all the headlines and all the dirt sheets that are out there right now are these storylines. Even with the Miz and Enzo, that and what happens with Vince essentially shooting on the stuff going on with them legally. I mean, Eric Bischoff has said controversy creates cash. He's not wrong.
He's not.
He's 100% right, and that's exactly why Vince and company are doing these things. It makes for a better story. It makes for a more interesting story. Hey, we're already saying these things about these two stars. Let's say it too. I mean, it writes itself. They're getting a paycheck off of us. They're trolling us.
Yeah,
is what they're doing, and I'm fine with it.
And they're doing a great job because it's good stuff. It's good TV.
Anyway, I don't know any more about Raw.
I can't think of anything.
All right.
The tag match was fine, like I said.
Yeah, it was okay.
But yeah, I can't think of anything else. So letter grade, what would you give this edition of Monday Night Raw?
I give the Miz TV an A. I really, really enjoyed that, but everything else probably a B minus. I don't really want to do that because there was some really good stuff and there was some okay pacing, but with them they should have swapped the main events. That really bothers me. So I'd give it a B minus. What about you?
I'd give it a C plus, just because, like I said, it didn't wow me. The stuff that was good about it was really good, but it didn't wow me, and I would rather have something that had stuff that was really, really good and stuff that was really, really bad, because then it would stick with you more.
Yep.
Whereas there was so much just vanilla stuff in here that I didn't really. So that's almost more, that's to me more of a crime usually than stuff that was horrendously bad, like the Bailey "This Is Your Life" moment. Yeah, it was terrible, but we remembered it.
Yep.
And there was a lot of stuff on here that I remembered, but I was like, it wasn't. It was just that. So C plus for me. So.
Fair enough.
All right. Well.
Let's move on to SmackDown Live. Caleb,
your
thoughts on the SDL?
I thought the SDL was pretty decent. I really didn't have anything that troubled me about it. Start right off the bat with the first thing that happened was I loved that I loved KO coming out and just talking smack to everybody and saying what he was gonna do to make the Kevin Owens show, how he was gonna change everything and all that. And I love how he was talking crap to Byron and Tom, like that was funny. And then he's like, I want to call somebody out here, Vince McMahon, can you come out here? And then Shane's music hit and he was just like, no, it can't be, no. And then it's Dolph Ziggler dressed up as Shane. Like, that had me. I thought that was great.
And Kevin's reaction was my favorite, just laughing. Like, oh, Dolph. Oh, yeah, you almost had me there.
I know. He's like, oh, no, it's not Shane McMahon. It's actually a talented person. Like, oh, Dolph, that was good. Thanks, buddy. And then he just goes like, that was funny. Like, that killed me.
Yeah.
I mean, and the crowd just died, too. Like, the crowd loved that. You could tell. And going just straight off that, I liked what happened with Dolph. Again, doing the intro thing. Like, the Bailey one was especially funny. Like, I want him to keep doing this and just get crazier and crazier and just, and then he finally just mixes them all together and stuff. He just mixes them all together and comes out and he's just he's just like out of his mind and he's just like, look at me, ha 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 ha. Look at me, pay attention to me, buy this. And then he just like eats a super kick and like loses immediately.
That would be really funny. I have a feeling this is going to lead up to a feud with Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
I think one week he'll come out as Bobby Roode. He'll go to the ring and then he'll go to the ring and then Bobby Roode will come out and the same stuff. Like we'll get Glorious twice. which will be funny.
Which would be amazing.
I think that's what's going to happen because that's how they've been using Dolph for a long time. The new guys come in, they feud like with Shinsuke and
Baron last summer,
and Ty Dillinger and all the stuff they've been feuding.
He's kind of the first go around guy. NXT guys come up and just immediately.
And that's how they've been using him for a long time. Even when Cody Rhodes was in WWE, that's how they used both of those guys as guys that are like, oh well, for this new guys are coming in, they're going to defeat you. It's like sometimes I bet that gets old, but they need those guys. They need those guys that have stock in the company that can come in and be like and take the loss. And Dolph is one of those people, sadly.
Yeah, I mean, and he honestly does seem like a guy who's very game at doing stuff that's fun. Like I'm sure he would like to main event WrestleMania, and I'm sure he would like another title run. Both things I think he could and honestly should have the opportunity to do. But I feel like he like at the end of the day he's just like he seems like very much like a guy who's game to do whatever. He's a team player kind of guy. At least he seems like it. I don't know, but yeah, like that stuff was good. I would love to see him and Bobby Roode. I would love to see him come out as Bobby Roode, and then Bobby Roode come out and like who wouldn't want to hear Glorious twice and stuff like, you know, it's amazing. Like, and I'm sure it would just be an epic troll moment where he doesn't come out as Dolph Ziggler, and they go, oh, I've got something good. Like, we should think it's Bobby Roode, you know, and then he's like, and then he spins around, and then you see it's Dolph Ziggler. like that would be amazing.
That would be fun.
Like, you know, he has like a wig or something. like.
Well, I mean, they could cut his hair. Like,
yeah.
They could cut his hair and make it look like Bobby Roode's. I think that'd be funny.
That would be funny. And like he like actually does go crazy and thinks that he's Bobby Roode. Yeah. And they're just like Dolph, and he's just like, no, my name's Bobby Roode. Like, yeah, you know, like that'd be funny.
That would be funny.
So yeah, that was good. I liked that. And then going from that, we could just both talk about what happened at the very, very end. We'll save that for the last. No Bobby Roode and no Randy Orton this week. That was kind of a bummer.
No Fashion Files.
No Fashion Files.
But they were on 205 Live.
I heard about that.
Which I've seen bits and pieces. I'm gonna have to go watch it because the other great thing about 205 Live that I went to go watch last week is Drew Gulak. Uh-huh. He's got this gimmick where he's trying to promote not a safer environment, but no flying, no high flying. You can't be on here are the rules. You can't be on the top rope. You can't be on the second rope. You can't do all this stuff, which is really, really funny. And so it kind of jives with what the Fashion Files are going to do. Again, Drew Gulak is one of the funniest things right now on 205 Live. Awesome. And I haven't been watching it all but last week, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no Fashion Files. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer. Although I did think it was funny. It was probably my favorite thing was just randomly, periodically throughout the episode, seeing Kevin Owens backstage, talking to people and talking about what he's going to do for the Kevin Owens show. And I loved when he was, I can't remember if it was before Vince came out or if it was in the beginning, but he's just like, yeah, you know the Fashion Files? It's stupid, I hate it, gone! Like, but yeah, all the backstage stuff with him, like, you know, what he was going to do on the Kevin Owens show was, all that stuff was good.
Yep. I need a limo for me and my friend Jimmy.
Yeah.
Who's a real person, so that was a little bit of a shout out there. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, I agree. All that stuff in the back was really, really
good. The stuff with Naomi and Natalya and Carmella was not necessarily bad, but just nothing really that great. It was just kind of a throwaway match to continue this seemingly three-way feud. I don't know. I don't know. It's just very strange, everything that's going on with those three. And what else was there?
AJ and
I don't know.
Ty Dillinger.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, that stuff wasn't bad. Right. So I'll turn it over to you and let you talk about.
Yeah, Kevin Owens stuff was gold this week. Everything he said in the ring and out of the ring was brilliant. I listened to another kind of a news show saying that the last time Vince McMahon was out was to put over Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
So now it shows, or at least it seemingly shows how high they are on Kevin Owens to have the actual CEO of the company come out, the president of the company come out and be like, I'm here to put you over. And boy, did he. We'll get to that in a minute. I loved everything he did. The AJ Styles Ty Dillinger match, again, that's just a feud filler for the Baron Corbin AJ Styles, which is sad because I love you, Ty Dillinger. I think you should get some legitimate chances here soon. The other stuff, it was good. It was a fun match. The other championship match, the tag team match, even though at times it was a little weird, it was still okay. It was still an alright match. Not their best by far, but still an okay match. And so we get new tag team champions for the 4th time. I can't remember how many times Demolition held them or whoever it was that held them the most, but hopefully they don't swap them back and forth with the Usos. Hopefully they get new blood in to hype up the tag team reigns. That was really good. It was an okay match. It was fine. The whole street match thing was silly.
Yeah, just because they didn't do a lot they used the kendo stick, which was cool. I loved
to break in it. So that was
loved Kofi just smacking whichever Uso it was until it broke.
Yep.
Like that was good. And then there was the table spot at the end, but other than that, there wasn't much else going on. Like I was hoping they'd smash an announce table, go through a barricade.
They set up the announce table, but that never happened.
So yeah, it just seemed it was a little too tame. It needed more destruction and more high-flying goodness. It was not a bad match. It was not. Their SummerSlam match was amazing. It'd be hard to top that. But yeah, it was fine. It was good, but it needed something extra.
And like Wrestle Talk TV is where I heard that stuff. Also, they had said, their point of view is, even though it was a good SmackDown, their point of view was that they built this SmackDown to be kind of a mini pay-per-view, and the 3 championship matches were super short.
Yeah.
Like 7-ish minutes or so between them. I think the women's was 4 minutes long, and again, that it's just filler for that triangle of hatred in there or whatever. But yeah, I mean, as far as everything else, it was fine. Just trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about with SmackDown. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
It was entertaining. Like I said, I think the bookends with Kevin Owens coming out and then Kevin Owens coming out at the end, that held the show together, I thought. The wrestling was fine. The feuds are kind of getting ready to change.
What do you think about Gabriel and Benjamin and the Hype Bros? What do you think about all that stuff?
Well, it looks like Zach is going to become a heel. I don't think Benjamin and Gable will stay together long. I think they'll win the titles. And then eventually New Day will win them back because they want to set up them as not only the longest reigning, but the most held tag team of all time, which is fine. They deserve it. They're a really good tag team, fun to watch, enjoyable. Kind of one of the better tag teams that I've seen in a long time. But I don't think they're going to stay together long. I think Shelton will eventually turn heel on Gable, 'cause I don't want to see heel Gable. I like face Gable. I think Gable as a singles competitor is great. I think they need to do that with him.
I think he'd be a great U.S. champion.
I agree. 100%. 100%. Oh, Jinder!
Yeah, we forgot
Jinder
about the
was funny. I actually loved and enjoyed everything Jinder did. I know the 2 guys, they annoyed me.
Yeah, they were a little cartoony over the top.
Yeah, but I know some people enjoyed that, and they weren't horrible. It's just, like you said, it was cartoony. But Jinder was funny. Like, it was a new side of Jinder. I'm glad they changed it up, even though he did go back into the whole America is garbage because they're xenophobes, which is fine. That's a shtick. I like the transition of, let me show you how horrible or how silly Shinsuke is, to Shinsuke, you don't want this title. Like he felt earnest, like, you don't want this title because they're going to do the same thing they're doing to me, which is not true because everybody loves Shinsuke.
Yeah.
But I loved Jinder's shtick. I thought that was funny. I thought it was very, very well done. And I bet Vince being there kind of put a fire under him to do that. But that's just my thought. Maybe it didn't. But I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it.
I surprisingly did as well. I thought it kind of stuck the landing. Like it seemed like people in the crowd were kind of enjoying it too a little. Like
Agreed.
because it was kind of silly. Like, let's be honest about it. It was kind of silly, but I mean, oh well. Like it worked. It worked. It made him seem like a jerk, not just a full. It didn't make him just, there's another side to him than just all the time, like, you Americans don't respect me, you don't respect India, so that's a pretty good gender impression, like, not bad for my first time, and, they showed another side to him, like, he's making fun of Shinsuke in this very Attitude Era kind of way.
Yeah. But still, I mean, and he needed a change, and I thought he did a really good job. And I love that because, like you said, the crowd was laughing. It was like, "Are you laughing? Are you laughing?" Like,
yeah.
I thought he was great. I get to a point where it's like, I'm okay with Jinder, and then I'm like, oh, I'm bored of Jinder because he's, especially in the ring, he's just the same stuff over and over again. But this made me feel better about him. I thought it was a well done.
And he's making fun of Shinsuke, somebody who everybody loves, and so it's going to do wonders for Shinsuke, I feel.
Yeah, and the whole poop sculpture image that he had in my head was just hilarious to me. Anyway, I think that pretty much covers SmackDown, doesn't it?
Besides the very last thing. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Like, I really like Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I do feel like, they will eventually, because Benjamin kind of begrudgingly tag teamed with him, so I think he will eventually just be like, whatever, deuces, I'm out, like, kind of thing, which I'm fine with, because I would love to see both these guys do singles stuff, and, yeah, I'm glad you brought up the Ginger thing again, like, I'm glad you brought that up, because we almost forgot about it, and that was pretty funny, so, alright.
So the end, what'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was, like you said, it was a great bookends with Kevin Owens opening and closing the show. I thought this was kind of faced Vince McMahon. Very weird.
It was very weird.
Very weird that Vince McMahon was basically the face and stuff. And he can still hold that mic. He can still talk great on the mic. Yeah. And he did some good stuff. But I feel like I've talked a lot, so I'm gonna let you kind of talk more at length about it than me.
Yeah, it was weird that he came out. He was the face. Everybody cheered him. I mean, that's the thing. Keep him off the air as much as possible. But when you bring him back, be like this. It's important. It's, Shane is out. Daniel Bryan can't really do much. Bring him in. I mean, it makes sense that he's there. And so I'm glad they brought him kind of. I'm glad they brought him out, not necessarily out of retirement, but brought him out. And man, did he allow Kevin to be physical with him. I kept looking at his forehead once he got the headbutt. I kept looking like, is that real or is that like, did they get some makeup? Like I couldn't tell, but I'm assuming it was real because everybody else is saying it's real. There's nothing that I've seen that says it's not real. But the headbutt out of nowhere. But I like the whole conversation, the build up, the saying that I've been in all these lawsuits and guess how many I haven't won. I haven't lost. I haven't lost any of them. And obviously that was a shoot for CM Punk and their legal stuff right now with that. But also, I mean, they set that up. It was like, I haven't lost anything. My legal team, blah 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 blah. And then Kevin Owens backs him in. So I need your word that I won't get punished for anything I do to a McMahon. And so he walks right into that, and Vince says, yeah, sure, that's fine. And so he headbutts him. You haven't lost one because of your lawyers, and I think they kind of set that up. Like, I haven't lost any because I have $1 billion. I'm a billionaire, and so I have the best lawyers, which is fine because he's not the lawyer. He's not the legal mind of things. And so I thought that was really, really funny to set that whole up. Like, I'm a billionaire. I have people fight my battles and lawyers fight my battles, and then Kevin Owens just basically gets him into a legal crunch that you have my word, and he headbutts him, and then destroys him. Frog splash at the end. It's like, holy cow. Good for you, Vince. Good for you getting back in there at your old age.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't believe that either when he headbutted him. I was just like, that looked like it landed. And then when he was like on his back and stuff, I could see the mark on his head, and I was like, ooh, I think he got him. And then like when he turned over, like it started bleeding and stuff, and I was like, like there was at no point I saw that Vince could have bladed or hit a blood pack on his head. Like
instantaneous.
It was like, I'm just like, he didn't roll over where he could have done that, or when he was falling, he didn't do any of that. So I'm like, that was like, unless they know magic, like that was 100% a legit opening up from a headbutt. And I mean, and the skin on your forehead is so thin.
It is.
So doing, skull against skull, skin on skin like that, is gonna bust pretty easily and stuff. But yeah, KO didn't get busted open, which was surprising. Like, I'm just like,
that's
crazy.
Why I thought maybe there was like a prosthetic forehead.
Uh-huh.
But even, I mean, it didn't look fake.
It didn't. Nothing about it looked fake.
And even like the headbutt didn't even look crazy real. But once he went down, and you're right, just not seeing where he could do anything, just because his arm, he took the bump like you're supposed to, and his head instantly starts bleeding, and I'm like, Vince McMahon signed off on this.
Yeah.
To actually get headbutted. Huh.
I know. Yeah, no, it's fine. And yeah, and then just to eat a super kick, and then to get a 5-star frog splash, like, it's just like, dang, he's really putting himself out there.
Yep.
And then Stephanie comes out of nowhere on SmackDown Live.
Well, the reason why she's there is because of the
Mae Young Classic. I know, but it's just like they didn't say that she would be there, so like it was just kind of like, well, Stephanie's here. Is that? So she was a little facey, if that's the thing.
Yeah.
A little baby face-esque, in the situation anyway, in this current situation. So yeah, it did the job. It got me really, really interested to see what'll happen when Shane comes back, and to see how everything with Vince and Stephanie gonna kind of be in this a little too. Just like, Shane, do me a favor. What's that? Kick his butt, kind of thing, or
that whole thing. Where it's like, I suspended him for not finishing the job.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about my family, he should have killed you, type thing. It's like, whoa, awesome.
Yeah, and here I thought he was gonna, be all like, my son can't do this job. He's too soft. He's, too blah blah blah. Or so I suspended him because he put his hands on you, and employees should never do that, or whatever. But yeah, no, I like that he just full on was just like, you insulted his family and by extension my family. So, I'm reinstating him. You guys are gonna fight in the Hell in a Cell. What's up, son? Like, all that stuff was good. Like, it was a great way to end the show, and
it really was.
And so, SmackDown started and ended on a high note for sure. And yeah, it was just really good. I mean, and yeah, they had like all these people there. Like Ronda Rousey was there because of the Mae Young Classic, and so she was there at SmackDown and stuff. And I'm getting more excited about the rumor, possibility, whatever, of her training at the Performance Center and joining the WWE. Like, I'm warming up to that. Like, I think, even though they kind of did it with Shayna Baszler, I've heard, like, I think she would be more of a female Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Even more so. And I think that if they had her train, pretty well, at the PC, like under Shawn Michaels or Matt Bloom or whoever is there, and like, she's a pretty good trash talker, Ronda Rousey, so, so she probably wouldn't be bad doing promos and stuff for sure. And, so yeah, just a random thing I'm throwing out there. Just, I'm warming up to the possibility. Like, and I was never low on it. I just was like, I wonder how that will be. But I'm definitely warming on it a lot.
Yeah, she can definitely make some bank in the WWE. They've been wanting her for a long time, and she's at the point in her life and career of any kind that she needs to start thinking about something outside of UFC. Because I think her UFC career is pretty much done.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say that, but there are women who can just destroy her now.
Yeah.
And which is fine, because she can have a lucrative, well-lived life in the WWE. She would attract people. Like, Vince would make tons of money.
Yeah, I mean, and what would be awesome? Have her, at least for a couple years, try to get her to be there every week. Don't have her be Brock in that sense, where she's not there every week, and have her be a Paul Heyman girl. Have her be the female Brock Lesnar in that sense also. That Paul Heyman, is like her manager. I mean, and Ronda is a very vocal person, so I'm sure she wouldn't just let him do all the talking. I'm sure he would come out and be like, this is my client, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, and you will listen to the Queen Bee. And then he hands the mic to her, and then she goes off or something. So I think that has potential for sure too. Anyways.
No, that's a good point, because we did get to see her on SmackDown, so it was pertinent. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else about SmackDown.
I can't think of anything. I just watched it this morning, so it's all very fresh in my mind. I can't think of anything else.
Yep, everything was well done, I thought, except for the Natalia match, but that wasn't.
Yeah, it was just a storyline thing.
Yeah, it was a storyline thing. So
I want them to get somewhere with that quick.
Oh yeah, James Ellsworth on a chain. We'll see what happens with that. That's the other thing.
That was had a dog collar on. It would have been funny if it was like a little kid's harness. That would have been funnier.
That would have been better. Oh man!
Like he starts wandering off and then she just pulls him back.
That would have been
funny. That'd be funny. So guess we can close out the SmackDown, huh?
Think so.
All right. So letter grade. What would you give SmackDown Live?
It accomplished a majority of what it set out to do. The main storyline with Vince and Kevin Owens, I give it an A+. The rest of the stuff, I probably give it a solid B. I mean, the wrestling was good for what they needed to be. This wasn't a pay-per-view, but it had pay-per-view draw, billing, and stuff, which they're in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You gotta go big when you're in Las Vegas. So that's what I would give it. I'd give it a B. What about you?
I'd give it a B also. I was thinking maybe B-, but I was like, it wasn't. It doesn't warrant the minus. Just a solid B is good. I mean, it had some good stuff. It gave us some good stuff with everything that happened with Kevin Owens and everything that happened with Kevin Owens. And I just wish that the 3 championship matches that they were advertising, this being a mini pay-per-view on a free edition, I wish that they would have been a little more, I don't want to say, risky, but you know what I mean. I wish that they would have been longer, and I wish that they would have done more stuff in them and stuff. But it's like, you're building it up as this, mini pay-per-view, as you said, and you just kind of have these short storyline matches. So, that's a little,
Yep.
But, so yeah, a B, because, there's nothing outstandingly bad, but the stuff that was great was fire.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no Becky Lynch or Charlotte.
Yep. Yeah.
I just remembered.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah.
Curious.
I mean, that's a good point.
Very
I
curious.
think they'll probably get ready to move both those ladies over to Raw, which I think they need to do, especially if Asuka's coming. They need all of that talent over there.
Yeah.
I don't want them to bring Sasha down. I shouldn't say down. That's the funnier show, more entertaining show, in my opinion. SmackDown is.
Bring her over.
Bring her over. I don't want to bring her. I don't want them to bring her over. Emma could benefit from being on SmackDown.
Yeah. I can see that.
Bring Mickey back. Have her continuing some stuff in here. Take Becky and Charlotte, which I don't really want because I like Becky and Charlotte on SmackDown. But take them over there because they're going to have to do the 4 horsewomen. Even though that's why Sasha would have to stay there. Even though Sasha hasn't been with the rest of the 4 horsewomen. Anyway, I don't know. It's crazy stuff. We can sit here and probably talk about crazy.
Because they said that they're going to do 2 superstar shakeups a year, right?
That's the rumor.
That's the
thought.
The quote unquote plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like some instances, like Charlotte, even though she just came over at the superstar shakeup from Raw, I feel like if Asuka's coming up, putting her back on Raw, and then moving Becky over there with her and bringing all the 4 horsewomen on the same show. I think that's probably a good idea with Asuka coming up.
Yep.
So, yeah, did we know when she'll be back? Is there a timetable for her return at all? Or?
I don't remember. It's been a while since her injury. A couple weeks, maybe a month. since her injury, and I don't think it was going to take her that long to heal. I don't know when she's coming though. I don't know if it's like towards the end of October or when. But they're definitely hyping her up, which they don't need to do really.
Yeah, no, they don't really need to, but it'll get people even more excited. I'm sure she'll just start running through those gals.
Yep.
And stuff. And I think it would be funny if they moved Carmella over to Raw, and then she beat Carmella, and then she took James Ellsworth. So he's like tied up to the ring post, he just unhooks it, and then just like brings him backstage.
That'd be funny.
Like that would be pretty silly. But so yeah, anything else?
Nothing I can think of.
Bring up at all, or
the Mae Young Classic was finished last night. You can talk about that another time, probably.
yeah, I haven't watched any of it yet, and I mean, not a lot of people are high on it, so I'm kind of thinking I just won't, which is bad, which is too bad. But it's just like, it just stinks that it didn't do so well. Like, not a lot of people are high on it.
Yep. I mean, they had some really good talent. I think the last show was fine, but anyway, I don't want to say anymore about that.
That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. All right. Well, I guess we can call that a show. Not much in the way of news, and there's no go home shows yet. Next week we'll get to do we'll talk about the go home show for No Mercy, and we'll get to do our predictions and stuff. I will be coming to you live via satellite from the ATL, and so hopefully we won't have any problems with the stuff working or not working, and sometimes over the Facebook video call we've had some lagging issues, but I think it'll be fine.
I'll be over here, so it'll be alright.
I think it should be fine. So, well, I think we can call it good.
Yep.
So, all right. Well,
yep.
we're kind of slap happy and yawning a lot. And
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah, for sure. And so, well, thanks for stopping by, everybody. We will see you next week for the Raw Go Home Show for No Mercy, and, weekly recaps, and of course we will be doing our predictions for WWE No Mercy. And I know they're bringing that song back as the theme, so I think that's awesome.
As they should.
It's an amazing song. So, thanks for stopping by, everybody. This is Caleb.
This is Jeremy.
See you next week.
Peace.